everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here, and today I wanted to walk through my foundation pages for December daily of 2021. And so foundation pages for me are an important part of how I get December daily albums completed each year. They also are a fun way for me to incorporate product into my album in a more intentional way before the month begins. And of course, many folks who use foundation pages also find that it helps to make decisions before the day arrives that you're ready to document that day. So I'm going to share with you just a walkthrough of my album. This is the Ali Edwards 10x8 album from the 2021 December daily product release. And one of the reasons that I was especially glad to work on foundation pages this year was because it offered me the opportunity to play with this page size before the month began, and that was a good thing. And I've discovered that I do in fact really love this page size and love the album size. It's a nice bit of real estate for a page. I'm hoping that it will allow me to incorporate more full page photos, and I think that will be really beautiful throughout the month. And I will say that overall, the foundation page process for me was a bit different than it has been in the past years. One, there are a lot less foundation pages than I normally use. And I think at this stage that I have 12 foundation pages. And that works out pretty well because I will be doing some pocket pages in between, and I anticipate that I'll be using the back of some of these pages for digital templates to do hybrid pages. And of course, as the month progresses, I'll be sharing more about that. I do plan to create a couple of 10x8 page templates myself, and I will be sharing those with you again as the month goes by. So to begin with, actually, I don't know exactly what order this is all going to be in just yet, but the first foundation page I did was using this speech bubble vellum, and I layered it on top of the Studio Calico and Ali Edwards transparency that says, "I never want to stop making memories with you," from Pierre Gentil. And I've just adhered those really loosely with my adhesive tape runner. And then I plan to add some photos of the family and probably the number 1 here, because I'll probably use this page for day 1. I also created a calendar for the month, and so this was created using Celine Studios December Days, number 4, I believe. And so the way it started was I pulled in the calendar card from that kit and blew it up a little bit to fit on the 10x8 canvas. And then I added the numbers into the calendar like this. And when I had that all done in Photoshop, I thought, well, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to print the numbers themselves on a vellum and have it lift up and just have the calendar underneath. And then I was left with a blank calendar here, so I stamped the numbers. I think I used a Heidi Swap stamp set to add the numbers to the calendar itself. I also had to add a week I had to add a week to the calendar as well. So did a little cut and paste there to make sure that there were 5 weeks. I was playing with some of the Paisley Press mini kit. I purchased these digitally and printed them out. The number 2 is a stamp set. I also used the digital stamp set and printed it and cut it using my Silhouette and added that as sort of a little package. And I was just playing with product there and working with some of her kit that I just wanted to make sure, again, that I got it in the album and I'm more likely to use it if it's in front of me. This is a page I created with one of the pattern papers from the main kit and the 3 transparency circles. I saw where Ali Edwards was going to do something similar to this, so I'm excited to see how hers come out as well. This is the back side, and again, this is where I anticipate using a 10 by 8 or 11 by 8.25 digital page template. Then I really wanted to use some of these die cut shapes, and when I added them into the album, it felt short to me. And for some reason, and this is something that I learned from working with the 10 by 8 size that I wasn't expecting, but I really like the concept and I feel challenged to incorporate smaller items into the larger page size so that the majority of my pages I anticipate will be the full width of the album. And so what I anticipate doing is stitching this or adhering this to the vellum and then using the back side for photo journaling, something to that effect. And what I could do, if I don't end up using the back of this page for its own day, you could do a full page photo and have this be the accompanying page to go with it. Or you could do that plus a pocket page. There's any number of ways that you can incorporate these vellum pieces into your layout if you don't get everything on there that you wanted. So stay tuned. You'll be able to see how I do this in several different ways, I think, throughout the month of December. This was the Christmas tree page that I made out of 2x2 page squares. And these are all Ellie Studio pattern papers plus Ellie Studio puffy stickers, and then it's layered on top of a Bristol vellum board to give it stability. And again, the back side that can be any number of things, and of course you could do a full page of pattern paper as well. This little pocket, I wanted to make sure and include that. And again, I may adhere it directly onto a photo so that it's the full page, or do some kind of flip out or something like that. It won't stay like this for sure. Another page idea was stars on stars. And so what I anticipate doing with this is, again, attaching the star to the transparency, adding something to the back, but I also anticipate adding a photo here, a 4x8 photo, or you could do a flip out here so that it fits into the full page, full album page there. The wreath page that I did using crepe paper, busy sidewalks, and I think I used, somebody asked me, I think I used 4 or 5 pattern papers, and I used A sides and B sides, and then of course the background paper is the ledger paper from that collection. And there's a B-side for that page too. One of the things I wanted to get into my album were the little transparency hearts. And so for now, I've just slid them into the 2x2 pockets. And I don't know if I may end up stitching them or just doing a little tiny cross stitch on each one so they'll stay in place, because they do kind of slide out a little bit. The fun part about making this page was figuring out how to distribute the color and the pattern so that it made sense, and so that everything was sort of represented around the page. And then again, I'll add a full page photo here, or a flip out, or something like that. Do the photo on the front. You can do the journaling on the back if you want to, or again, you can do photo here or photo template here, journaling here, and then flip the page and you have set up for the next day. So I really also wanted to incorporate these little library pockets. So I adhered these directly onto the 8x10 page protector. I did that front and back. And that way, that's 2 very simple days that really feel like they're already done. It's a matter of printing out the photo, writing the journaling, and adding a number, and that's really all that those 2 pages need. I did this page using the Felicity Jane collection from this year. This is Bella, and then I added the pocket here and a little 3x8, or it actually comes out to be like 3x7, I think. And you can do a flip out with this as well, or just adhere a photo and journaling behind it, or you can do just a paper clip and add several photos together if you wanted to. Just a couple of different options there for that cute little page. And of course, another B-side for that one. And then the crepe paper transparency that I've used. And I just wanted to say that I'm still not sure if it's complete or not. I may end up adding even more houses onto it on down the road. I'm not sure. But I'm kind of excited about this page. I really love collecting those little white tea light houses. And so they're just little white ceramic houses that you set up. And I have quite a few around the house. So I may use this to document those little houses. And then of course I did the cardstock behind it with a little cluster here. And so that'll be a fun little opportunity to add a couple more photos, embellishments, and just have a little bit of fun with it. And that's where my album stands right now. I've got a bunch of the page protectors still in there, waiting to be used. Everything is ready and waiting for the month of December. I'm excited to see how this all comes together. This album has a unique but really fun feeling for me. And I wanted to just say that something that I was trying to be really intentional about this year was kind of drowning out the noise and just letting the product itself speak to me. So I haven't really taken a long look at what anyone else has done in the community right now, just because I wanted it to be authentic to what I felt inspired to do, and really just what the product told me that it wanted. So that's where I'm at for now. I just want to wish you all a very wonderful holiday season. I hope that the magic finds you this and every year. I also wanted to say thank you so much for following along, for all your words of kindness and your words of support. I love sharing this project with you and love seeing how it comes together every year. So we're going to have a lot of fun creating this. I do plan to share every couple of days. I'm not going to try to share anything daily, but just every couple of days, every, 2 or 3 days, as much as I can, leading up to Christmas, and we'll see how it goes this month. So thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.